Guys, it's your own boy, the one way Great Dane, back with day 818 Star Drop opening. And again, you'll notice I'm not starting off directly with the Star Drops, though I do have them. I'll get over to them right now. Again, hopefully this comes out good in the recording, but essentially, since I already have the Gigi boxes in picture format, I decided to just shove the day 818 Star Drops in here as well. Again, just for the sake of convenience and time and being able to get a little bit more done, which also just gives me a little more leverage to talk about other events currently going on in the game. But essentially, I only took screenshots of the GG boxes that gave me anything actually interesting. I'm just skipping the ones that have given me resources. So again, out of one of them I got the GG box player icon. Out of another I got 2 GG sprays. Out of one of them I got Dark Fairy Janet and the GG box spray itself. I got another GG spray out of one of them. Out of this one, I got some player icons. I want to say this was from Brawl Academy, I believe it was called. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what it's from. Again, not really sure why it's here. I guess because it looks toy themed, and GG's technically a toy in a sense. And then I also got, again, I believe this one's called Crow Bone. I got that skin. And then I also ended up getting the Circus, I don't think it's actually called Circus Byron, but the Ringmaster, I believe it's called, Ringmaster Byron skin, which I believe is a mythic. Again, it's a pretty cool one. But I did end up having to buy the 5-pack of GG boxes, which again was, I think it was 300 gems or something. So again, I thought I was doing pretty well, but then you just end up getting a bunch of matches with randoms where they make good picks and they have max level brawlers, but again, because they're randoms, they just end up playing terribly anyway, and you end up losing matches you definitely shouldn't have lost, unfortunately. So those are all the interesting things I got at the GG boxes. Again, this skin alone I think is worth like 200 gems. I'm pretty sure in that same set I got Crow Bones, so I almost essentially earned my gems back. I didn't want to have to spend them in the first place since, again, as you guys know, you could technically get these skins for free now, but I got GG is the point at least, so I get those credits I don't have to spend on GG is the other benefit, of course, and the main reason I like to do it. But for the daily star drops, again, it's just so weird doing it like this. Starting with a rare of 50 coins, onto a super rare of 100 coins, and a rare of 100 XP tumblers, so actually a pretty good series of openings. But again, I'm pretty happy to save the time with all those openings because there's a lot of interesting stuff going on, I'll say, in the game right now. And again, I'm questioning where I should even start. Alright, so the first interesting thing was pointed out to me pretty late last night, and again, if you guys remember, yesterday's mode was Upside Showdown. They added the first modifier being Graveyard Shift, and then they'd have some other random one that they'd put in, which usually seem to be Wandering a Storm, I believe it's called, where the fog doesn't come into the middle of the map. It can go to different sections, which I think is a lot more interesting, honestly. I kind of feel like it should always be like that, honestly. But again, the main thing about Graveyard Shift or Life Leech or whatever you want to call it is essentially all the brawlers are slowly losing health, and you have to battle each other within a certain amount of time to make sure that you don't all just disintegrate, essentially, or get bad placement. But what was so incredibly interesting, and again, someone pointed this out to me in club chat, or else I would have never noticed this, because again, I wasn't exactly hyped to play Life Leech, though. Again, when you think about it, of course there's going to be weird exploits, but this one was so far out of field. Again, I don't know if this was something that existed before, but it's still an issue now if it did, and it is just so ridiculous. Again, you know something crazy is going on because I actually have the quick math star power selected over recording, and everybody uses recording, so why on earth am I doing that? So again, if you're playing this Graveyard Shift modifier on Upside Showdown, again, usually you'd hit an enemy and you'd do some damage to them, and then you'd heal a portion of that damage. What makes absolutely no sense is when you hit enemies with RT's mark, when he leaves that floating icon above your enemy brawler's head, essentially. As long as that icon is there, it keeps every second, it does like another tick of damage, and that tick is the amount essentially you get if you use the hacks gadget. Again, if that's lasting like 7 seconds, not only did you hit for somewhere around 1,500 to 2,000 damage, that gets multiplied by like 7 or something. So you just did like 8,000 damage with one shot, and it's again, unless you're shooting at a Frank, you're probably killing anyone you shoot with one shot. So it is absolutely ridiculous. But in a weird twist of RT, what I will say is, unless you use RT's split mode ability for his super, it is incredibly difficult to destroy boxes with RT because he doesn't put the marks on the boxes. That's where his main source of damage essentially comes from. So again, what was awkward is that I find that this exploit, if you would call it that, actually made him a lot more viable than he would be otherwise, because again, the main focus in Graveyard Shift isn't even really the cubes anymore. It's just finding other brawlers to fight to stay alive. And with RT being able to do this absurd amount of damage, you didn't even need to worry about cubes. You just find a player, shoot at them once they evaporate, essentially. Again, as long as you can avoid being hit by them again, of course, because they can still life leech off of you. But another interesting thing about RT is because it's not technically considered a healing ability, it's just part of his kit, is you'll notice in his super radar waves, when you go back to, I guess, man, what are the actual names of the two abilities? It's so weird with RT, right? Because he has his head and his legs. So I'll just call it hide and seek when he splits, right? So when you go into hide and seek and you use radar waves to go back into your full body form, you heal 1,000 health. And again, because it's not considered a healing ability, which all healing abilities in Graveyard Shift are essentially nerfed because they actually want you to fight the other players, this ability isn't nerfed, so you can still get that 1,000 health back, which is like an extra 10 seconds of staying alive, which again can be very significant, especially when you're using something like the gadget cooldown and spamming it as much as possible. It can give you like an extra, I'd say at least 20 seconds, which again helps a lot, as if he wasn't broken enough already with this weird marking ability exploit. Again, there's plenty of videos already, I'm sure, showing it off, but that was the first wacky thing. But then it got even crazier because, again, you'll notice I have RT, I think it's around like, what, 1,200? I did that in like 20 minutes. Again, it was so broken. But then we get hit with a maintenance, right? And I was like, oh, of course they're going to be fixing this RT issue, right? So again, I go to bed and I wake up in the morning and I see this post. And they're ranting about this skin exploit, right? It apparently has something to do with the Stranger Things skins. And again, you'll notice I have one of them, and that is no coincidence. So to my surprise, I'm reading through this entire list of whatever they did during the maintenance. They have balance changes for random characters, and they're talking about this skin bug. At no point in that entire thing did they even mention the RT exploit, which is just absolutely absurd. Are they even aware of it? I would think so, but again, because I had a very good suspicion that they're going to change the modifier every day anyway, they probably didn't find it relevant enough to actually fix at the moment, because they don't always bring that modifier in anyway. But again, besides not fixing that, the other exploit that I had no idea existed, but I also already found out how to do, which is how I already have the Hopper Bull skin, is apparently there's a guaranteed way to get the, what would you say, the Stranger Things skins. Again, what is even more surprising is not only did, after the maintenance, did they acknowledge this, they also told us straight up that they're not going to fix it during this event, or at least not anytime soon. So obviously you should just do it as soon as you can, but again, by the time I'm posting this, it probably won't matter. I just want to document it, essentially. Is Again, maybe I'll get lucky on this hour specifically, but if you click the Get It Now button on one of the skins that you're supposed to find in packs, it'll bring you to the waffle screen. Like you can see for all these characters. Okay, so I didn't get lucky this time, but apparently they told us exactly how it works, so again, I thought it was weird, but you have to wait an hour every single time you buy one of these packs, and the reason for that is that your chances of getting a skin or any other items refreshes every single hour. So again, someone just randomly figured this out because I guess they were bored and they connected the dots, but essentially, whenever you have a skin available in one of these packs randomly selected every hour, if you click on the skin, click on Get It Now, instead of bringing you to this daily waffle meal selection, it'll bring you essentially right here to the shop, which again is strange because it's always supposed to bring you right here. So again, noticing this weird occurrence on one of the characters, they decided to buy some strangest packs, and wouldn't you guess, the character that the Get It Now button brought them to the shop instead of the waffle meal was actually the character they ended up unlocking in one of the packs. And then again, they started sharing this weird sentiment online. Again, people figure out this is essentially an exploit to guarantee that you know one of the skins is actually in the packs. So there's, I don't want to say no random chance because there's still a few issues with this, which I explained like 3 times in my club chat because people still don't seem to understand because it sounds more complicated than it is. But essentially, your chances of getting a skin are 4 every hour because you have 3 packs in this bundle and 1 in this one. And you still have to be lucky enough to have one of the skins show up in the packs. But the first issue is you don't know if it's in the single pack or the 3 pack, so I highly recommend, again, it's probably going to be irrelevant by the time I post this, but always have 600 waffles when you're trying to do this, so no matter which pack the skin is in, you can afford to get it. The second issue is that, again, the drop chances for these skins is actually still quite low, so I spent all day, again, trying to search the characters every hour for today, because I just found out today, and again, I did end up getting Hopper Bull, and I could see that based on the description I already told you. It brought me to the shop when I clicked on Get It Now instead of the waffle meal, so I knew he was in one of the packs. Ended up buying it. Well, I ended up buying the 3 pack, and of course he ended up being in the 1 pack, so I had to spend all the 600, which again is why I suggest that. But where it gets even more interesting is within a few hours, again I was checking, and the ×3 packs, it says was sold out, or something along those lines. I forget exactly what it said, but it wouldn't let me buy it, essentially. And what that means is that I actually got Hopper Bull skin in my packs twice in the same day, and that's essentially what happens is, if you click on it and it tells you it's sold out, it tells you you already have something that's in the packs, which again, is very obvious to me that I just so happen to randomly pull Hopper Bull in my packs twice today. But again, even if I check every hour for the next 8 days, there's no guarantee I still get all the skins, but at least I know I won't have to waste the waffles guessing if I'm going to get them or not, is essentially the best thing about that. And then the other significant thing is that, again, I'll say, I'm cutting straight to the shop, but if we have the free waffles daily, step 20 or day 20, again 80 every single time. But because there was a maintenance, we also get another free Gigi box, and this is the only event so far where again I had horrible luck with randoms, but actually I haven't even got the Gigi box emote, which again at 6% is a higher chance compared to most of the things. Again, it's surprising I got some of those skins before getting the Gigi box emote, and I'm hoping I'll get it out of this, otherwise I probably just won't get it, because I really don't want to spend any more gems on these packs. Again, it's a really good thing I at least get to say I'm probably going to get to save the gems or whatever they're going to have the collab skins for the Stranger Things cost after this event, but again, this is the only opening I can actually do in the video. So we have a 7 bucks, 193 XP doublers, 75 bling, 58 coins, 30 bling, 36 coins, 32 coins. Okay, we got a GG pin. and 25 credits. So again, unfortunately, it looks like this is the first event I won't get the actual box emote. Again, not that it's really that exciting to use or anything, but again, my issue is these emotes are the only thing that seem to be technically exclusive to the boxes. So if you don't get it, do you really want to buy more for just that one emote? Again, just because it's exclusive, even though you'll probably never actually use it. I don't know. Again, it's just a shame I didn't get it this time around. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to buy any more boxes. Again, 5 was already kind of ridiculous, but at least I got some good stuff out of it, right? So, if we head over to the daily streak, day 227, do or do not, there is no try. So again, I guess we're not trying to get the Stranger Things skins anymore. We are just trying to get them, right? We're not trying, we're just doing it. Essentially, we're just getting the skins, right? That must be what the fortune means, right? But again, I know they posted on social media. I did... game release notes. Okay, so I do think... Yeah, again, it's so weird that they're just pointing out this skins exploit. Again, I'm not crazy. They literally just stated it straight up. And again, you guys can read in all this. And again, if you notice through all these balance changes, RT isn't listed. That's so ridiculous. But again, there are some actually really significant ones, like damage, temp, shield, and shield buffs in general, and healing in general. So a lot of buffs on shields and healing. If you weren't using those before, maybe you might want to consider it or try it out again. But I also probably wouldn't care that much because, you know, they took away Showdown Plus again. So, and again, I don't think there's any exploits on... I don't even remember what this one is. It spawns the big robot boss. I'm trying to remember, what is it even called? Will it tell me? Of course it doesn't show it. Again, I could go into the friendly battles and it will tell me, but I'm not gonna waste the time. You guys know what the modifier is, but I played, again, the Hopper Bull, or just Bull in general, through it. Bull's really good at destroying the big robot, so he's pretty good here. I wouldn't really call that an exploit or anything. He's just good at destroying the big robot. I'd say that gives him an advantage. I end up a lot of matches with like 15 cubes or something because I just keep destroying the big robot. But again, you have to make sure no one is gonna third party you after you do that. But for the rest of the mode selection, again, of course, Upside Showdown with the big robot modifier. You have the Gigi box event still going on, and again, something else I should point out is I did unfortunately buy the 5 boxes before getting the 1 free box because, again, you'll notice a pattern here. No matter what the Brawler release event is, they always find some excuse to give us a free box. Isn't that weird? So no matter what the Brawler event is, again, I hate that they just call it a Brawler event. That's really goofy. Or new Brawler event, I guess. As always, expect to get at least 1 box for free at some point during the event. So hopefully that'll help you plan on purchasing boxes better if you do plan on purchasing them, of course. But Mr.P's Gym Rat workout is finally over. Again, let me know if you completed that with randoms or dedicated team comp, what comps you went for in terms of brawlers. We got the mirror event for Gigi going on, which actually kind of tells me how long the actual event lasts because they end at the same time. We still have about 5 days on that. But again, I'm just glad to make sure to finish it just so I don't forget I'm going to be busy next few days, I'm sure. But again, the other weird and significant thing I'll say is, Hawkins Hunt. Again, I was so sure it was going to be Vecna, but out of nowhere we got Coretta Spike for some reason. And again, it's not like they put Coretta Spike in the Showdown map or something. It's literally just the same Coretta Spike boss from the Halloween events from before last season, I believe. And again, the other thing is the other bosses you would have to complete 4 times. This one only lasts 2 days for some reason, and you can only complete it 2 times. Or essentially, again, that's about 10 matches of playing this, which shouldn't take too long. But again, you only have 2 days to do it, so make sure to get it done to get those extra waffles. And again, with the new exploit, or skin exploit they're calling it, all you really have to do is get about 2,400 waffles. And as long as you get lucky enough to have the skin show up in your packs throughout the next week, I'll say, which is I'm gonna keep checking every hour at least once, right? Is you essentially just guaranteed get the skins, so there's no guessing anymore at this point. That's what's so great about it, but you still have to get lucky, unfortunately. That's the downfall. Because again, you could go through this entire event and never see any of the skins because it is truly random based. And again, something I don't even know if they understood, I was saying in the club chat, I hope they understood, is that when I say, oh, I got Hopper Bull from my packs, that they don't also try and buy the packs within that same hour, because all the shops are individualized. Just because I have Hopper Bull in my packs doesn't mean that some other player at the exact same hour would. That's the issue too, is that some players inherently get luckier than others. So anyway, and again, just checking throughout this entire day just to give you an idea of how low the drop chances are. Again, I got Hopper Bull. I would have had to buy a pack during 1 of 2 hours today to get that skin. Like, what are the odds of me randomly opening a pack during 1 of those 2 hours? And again, I have to pick the right pack, keep in mind too, either the set of 3 or the 1. And on the one I did do it when I knew he was there, I still picked the wrong one, so it's just absolutely ridiculous. But we have Trio Gem Grab, Treasure Pressure, Brawl Hockey Super Center, Wipeout 5v5 Slippery Road, and Brawlery and Mirage Arena. And I push ranked a little bit. I got this wacky match where I was somehow able to win with Chuck. I was just messing around. Yeah, you could just do whatever you want in Gold League, I guess. The players aren't that great yet. But yeah, again, if we head back over to the shop. What wasn't the waffle? Where'd all the waffles go? Again, why is this such a prevalent glitch? If you're in the main menu long enough, it seems that the event stuff just disappears for some reason. But you have Pump and Melody, the Gigi boxes. Again, the waffles should be here, but we'll just pretend like they are. And because I got Gigi, we have all the Scarecrow variants available for gems. Again, I could get it for free later on. I was kind of hoping I get at least one of them from the boxes as well, but again, just haven't had too much good luck with this Gigi event. And something else I find particularly funny is, again, the regular Scarecrow Gigi, not one of the color variants, is the only one that comes with the icon and the spray, so reasonably you'd want to get that one over the other ones. But the other thing, again, I don't know if this is just a visual bug, but I find it funny, is that the winter Scarecrow Gigi seems to have the autumn Scarecrow Gigi's pin, like the 2 color sets are reversed for some reason. I don't know if that's a bug or something, but it very clearly indicates that you're not getting the correct color Scarecrow Gigi pin with the additional variant that you can buy. But again, only the original set gives you the spray and the icon, so it just depends on if you like the other colors more, or if you want more items, I guess. They're all the same price for some reason. But yeah, we still have Workout Charlie. Again, it looks like all that gym rat stuff is going away in about an hour. Again, you can tell I'm recording late. I swear this wasn't the skin that was here when I looked before, but again, I'm taking so long to get to this recording, it's probably switched again. But this is actually a skin I've wanted pretty much essentially just since it came out. Again, it's just a pretty cool jean skin. It's got like an Aladdin theme to it. It's got original voice lines, which again isn't necessarily something you get too often, especially on an epic skin. Yeah, that's how you can tell it's an old skin. They just didn't do that back in the day, so this is a pretty rare skin in terms of what it has to offer for the price, I would say. And cool animations as well. It's just a really neat skin. It comes with an icon and a pin, which again I don't believe it used to have, but it does now, which again just really adds more value to it. You have Electrode Check at a discount, but again I could just get it for free later on. Coin offers, I'll say it's okay again, but $6 for 1,600 coins really isn't that fantastic. I have a daily freebie of 15 coins as well as 60 XP doublers. And again, obviously I'm going to lose out on some hours for checking for those Stranger Things skins because I actually want to sleep, believe it or not, right? Like, I can't actually be physically checking every single hour. It's not like I can ask someone else to do it or get an alert because, again, every single shop is individualized, so yeah, I just have to do it when I can, and hopefully I'll get the other 3, but again, at least I got 1 so far. We'll just have to see what happens. And Again, I'll try to keep making sure I get those actual star drop openings in the video. Again, I just hate doing the still frames. It's not nearly as exciting, just feels kind of weird, but yeah, as of today, I have 253 XP doublers and 199,089 power points. Again, that went down because I already maxed out Gigi. I don't even think I've played her in a match yet, but I'll probably, again, with these modifiers, unless there's any exploits. And again, it's not like I'm necessarily looking to exploit exploits, as in the name, but it's just really fun to do that sometimes, right? Like, you feel so powerful when you're playing Broken RT and the Graveyard Shift modifier, but yeah, again, I definitely have to push up to 1,000. I got pushed into doing ranked. I might even want to do some, I'll say, grinding in Squad Busters, even though that game is ending soon too. But again, we got the holiday coming up, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff I gotta do, so getting a lot of news, I'll say, going on in the game too. But let me know what you guys think about that RT bug. Let me know if you completed the GG event yet, and if you got better luck with randoms, if you play with them, or if you play with the dedicated team comp. And let me know what you think about this. Again, I can't even show you because the event just disappears for no reason, apparently. But let me know what you think about the Stranger Things skins being not so random to get anymore. Again, you still need luck for them to show up, but now you can actually check when they're there, which again is just so crazy to me. They haven't removed it, but they said the only reason they haven't removed that, I'll say, feature is because it would require another client update, which would require another maintenance, and we just had a maintenance, so they really don't want to do that twice in a row, because that'd probably to them mean more compensation, so they don't want to give out more than $1 for these new brawler events, but at least one. And this video is already probably really long and it's late, so and let me know what you think about all this. Just a lot going on. But other than that, let's see how far I can take this, guys.